Let's get.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sketch Biz. I am Lauren, your usual host, and today I got a good one. It's someone that I wholeheartedly admire. Her work is phenomenal, just my absolute art nouveau dreams, and I can't wait to draw along with her today. Welcome, Lily MacDonald. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm excited.
it's got to be, like I said, I'm very excited to be drawing this one with you because your stuff is incredible. The level of detail and precision involved with your style, if nobody's seen it, definitely. Well, I'm absolutely honored to have you on. So
I'm really flattered. Thank you.
no, you're totally welcome. You don't come from Australia, correct?
No, I was born in the States. I moved here to Australia when I was a teenager, so I've lived here since then.
Yeah, family move.
Yeah.
Like decision?
Yeah. Move with my parents and my brother and sister.
Yeah.
So we immigrated, I believe is the right word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a teenager.
Yeah. Well, that would have been an okay-ish time to come in. Yeah, because you came from New York City, correct?
No, outside of New York City,
Yeah.
upstate New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
Much more rural.
Okay.
Most people just think New York is the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was up in quite a picturesque kind of country sort of area. So the lovely autumn colors and little cute towns.
Oh, that's awesome. I can see that sort of that kind of migrated into your work a little bit because I do see a lot of those like autumn tones throughout it. So interesting.
Yeah. I do miss our landscapes, our trees, sometimes the seasons. I'm not a huge fan of this
Sweaty summer.
very hot Australian summer.
Look, sometimes like we're like born here and we still struggle with it. So
yeah, it's inhumanly hot. It's dangerously hot. It's not safe for anyone. So yes, yeah. So not my favorite, but I do love it here.
Beautiful.
So yes, here I stay.
Well, we're lucky to have you be part of the Australian crew that we do Supernova and other shows here for the conventions. Now your background in work in particular includes the 78 cards for the Marvel Tarot deck, which I think is such a cool project. Before we jump into all your bits and pieces that sort of got you where you are, what kind of started your career or your decision to even get into illustrating, just quickly before we start drawing?
Yeah, I have a background in graphic design and illustration, so that's what I trained for at university. So you probably can see that influences me a great deal. But even far before that, I've always loved illustration. I've always loved art. So some like that also influenced me. So from a childhood, I've loved like fine art and that kind of thing. So I come from a childhood that really admired like illustrative artists from like the golden age in America and Europe and fashion illustration and things as a child, but also comic books and animation. Like my childhood had both. So both of those I've kind of mashed together to be what I want to draw. So yeah, those are things I still remain passionate about, and I think you can see that in my work.
Yeah, I was going to say
influences from a really, really young age.
Definitely a good mesh, and yeah, like you said, you can definitely see that sort of accumulated within your pieces. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Today we're going to sort of like draw something that sort of relates to a lot of the projects that you have worked on. Black Cat is going to be the lady of the day, which I'm excited about because I keep drawing like big burly men and monsters and stuff. So something a little bit more softer and organic is going to be a little bit fun and refreshing to draw. But yeah, continue on. We'll start exploring,
Yeah,
and then continue about like your
yeah.
next steps.
I quickly did a sketch, a very fashion illustration inspired sketch, and I thought the flowing fur and the hair
Okay.
would be very good without having to do too much of the pattern work that usually do, the heavy detail.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have time. But if I work on something that's got some of those elements, I think that would be fun for
Hell
today.
yeah.
So
I'm so
I
excited.
think you can kind of see this is
It's a teaser.
my digital sketch. It's a bit rougher than I normally
Rough?
wanted to go straight to.
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You should see my rough.
Yeah.
It's like blobs, like messy splatter blobs, like
There
chaos.
there are stages. Like thumbnail is chaos,
Mm.
crazy. Then refinement, digitally, and then when I go to ink, I like to have it pretty nailed down, like what I want to have. Like there's always room for like fixing things or like how I feel or like how the ink goes down. But I like to have it pretty clear before I jump into inks. Just because I work on the light box, I don't do pencil,
Okay.
so
Oh,
it's
so you
straight to
go
ink.
straight into inking on top, do you?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's cool.
So that's my preferred method. I'm not sure why I ended up with that. I sat happily, sadly. I'm basically self-taught in all of this, so I've picked up bits and pieces from seeing other people's working, like how to draw books, like things to give you advice. But yeah, I've figured out things. I don't know if they're how other people do them, but that's what I've worked out. What
Hey,
it works for me.
it works for you, and if it allows you to
Yeah,
create the magic that you do, then whatever, roll with it. I think that's great.
yeah. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
doing it. I don't think I'm doing it the hard way. I
No,
don't think. Because
I'm doing it the hard way. The amount of paper that
if
I
I
go
found
through.
a better way,
Hey, okay.
I think if I found a better way, I would move. I would move into something different. But so far, this is working. So we're sticking to this style of inking. Yeah, I just use pens, mostly for tidiness in my tiny space. I do ink wash after ink pens, but that's my process.
Yeah. So, what was the next step after you decided? Like, you obviously went and did your graphic design course, and then what was the next steps in terms of like, okay, this is where I'm going to move forward to.
So after I finished my graphic design degree, I got into video games. I started a really small video game company here in Melbourne and
Started
did
one,
that
like
for
as
2
in
years.
yours?
No, no, no. I started work. That was like my first job. Yeah. Yes, just start. It was a very small one. Um, s- um, and that was a big learning curve because they were not well run. And I was thrown really much into the deep end of like, just do everything. It's like, I have no training. It's like, whatever, just figure it out. So that was something. And I left that after 2 years and just did freelance graphic design and illustration for probably 12 years. And after that, I, well, like lots of life things happened. But I was determined to pursue my actual love, which is, comic books, fantasy illustration, things like
Yeah.
that. So I made some effort to get into that. I started taking commissions and sharing my stuff online, and I got a little bit of confidence in doing that. But that's very recent, actually, comparatively. I've only been working professionally um, as like a comic book and illustrator for what would it be? Oh, it's a bit long. Like, yeah, probably equal, maybe 10 years now.
Well,
So I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with it all.
Do you feel like
But
I
yes,
sort of had that same sort of, I don't know, moment where it just sort of clicks a little bit and you're not too sure what got it there, but like it was just sort of, I don't know. I don't know whether it was the same for you, but it just sort of happened, right? Does that make sense?
yeah, well, yeah, certain like a certain job or something comes in, or I did a commission and I shared it, and it got shared around or
Mhm.
something, and yeah, something like you said just clicked, or you know, who knows? Maybe just the right pair of eyes saw something I'd done and gave me a chance.
Mhm.
Um, I'm still a little, I guess, reluctant. I know I should be promoting myself a little harder. That hustle that I don't
It's
naturally
not fun.
love.
Like,
No, but I know I should
yeah.
be. I know that's something I ought to be doing. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very roughly
Fun one.
my career,
Mhm.
my timeline. Look, I think it must have been like the Phantom, doing something for the Phantom with people here was like one of my breakout. Like I did a officially a thing
Yeah. Because yeah,
that
we're
was
both
quite,
part of the Phantom family, if others didn't know. But
yes,
yeah.
yeah. So I think that having that come out and show that I was I guess published
Mhm.
is the word.
Mhm.
So that helped. I think that might have been like the first thing to come out that got me a bit more notice doing the Phantom. I think I've done just I think a couple of things with them, not much. And just building up my folio and sharing it. And I got approached, which still amazes me, for a lot of the jobs, like you brought up my tarot deck.
Mm. Mm.
Um, they approached me to do that, which was amazing.
Yeah, he's probably like sitting
Um,
there reading the email or whatever it was or phone call and just like, excuse me?
well, yeah, you don't believe it,
Yeah.
don't do you? You're like, no, this is no. Uh, it was very that. And yeah, that was amazing. They had seen my work and found my stuff and was like, this is the style we want. Would you be interested in doing a tarot deck with us? And it's like, of
Yes.
course I will.
It's like the perfect blend of the things that you love. So hell yeah.
Yeah. And then Marvel X-Men, that was that was my comic books
Yeah.
when I was a kid. That's what I was reading.
Mhm.
So big fan for real. Um so that was amazing. And yeah, just I think having this particular vintage flavored style, um, people like, I don't know, have sought me out,
Mhm.
but have found me through that. And I've got asked to do some really cool things so far.
But I
So
suppose like I
hopefully,
always tell people like, don't limit yourself in terms of like the styles or genres or whatever it is that you can learn from, because you can pull a lot of techniques and um, I don't know, coloring or like drawing or whatever. Like you said, fashion illustration is such an art, and it is really like I go to a lot of it if I do need something that's a bit more like fluid or organic in terms of like the female body or similar. Um, I've like you've obviously not limited yourself in terms of what you study, which I think is so important, and that in itself has opened up your skill set of what you can offer different people. And then so that's probably a huge contribution to, getting the jobs that you have, and something that I do recommend to a lot of people. And people always think like if you're going to draw comics, you just study comics, and that's not true at all.
yes, that I would agree
Mm.
100%. It's graded by even if you if you want to do illustration, if you want to do character design, you want to do comics, like broaden the well of influences you can draw from. Um, it it really enriches your storytelling, your visual understanding of things, to look at things like critically, look at things that inspire you, or even things that don't, like figure out why you perhaps don't that doesn't resonate with you. What about it
That's
isn't your
that's a
thing?
good point of actually looking at what isn't vibing with you, because then you learn from that too, right?
And like knowing that you don't need to go down that road, could be a huge time saver. Like where it's hard not to, like I am very much emulating people who I admire um in my work. And but I think it's varied because I bring a bunch of different things into it than just being say an imitation,
Yeah.
which is not like a kind word, but
It happens.
um
Yeah, I think you're correct in saying that. Like 3/3. I might just be rude.
and it is of course tempting to like to draw just like your idols
Yeah.
or your favorite thing. It's very tempting, but bringing more to it is invaluable.
That's it.
I normally do the I normally do my like hard lines first, like anything with the ruler, my circle templates, my patterning. I do that first. I'm just for probably more interesting for viewers. I've gone in just
Straight to the face. Food stuff.
straight to the face, the good stuff. Um, so, I'll definitely share this when I've got it finished.
Yeah. Yeah, I always
Because I do.
find people tweak them once they finish the show if they need to, because live drawing is
Yeah,
not always
this
natural to some people.
I I'm doubtful I will get all of this done in the hour or so we're gonna chat. There's a lot of swirling hair
Like,
to
yeah,
draw.
but that's the best part about Black Cat. Like, she's so just, I don't know. I don't know what's the right word. Just she's a lot of fun to draw.
She's very
Like,
yes. I have only drawn her once for the Marble Tarot deck that you mentioned. And um this is one of those things that, probably like other artists will understand, but perhaps other people will be angry. I didn't like it when I'd done it.
as in
I wasn't happy
just
with
Black Cat or the whole deck,
her particular illustration
right?
of the deck. Like I had a high hopes. I had something in mind. Um and it it came out well. Like I know I did my best and I had a crazy short amount of time to do all those
Yeah.
cards. So she had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back on it, I'm like, oh, I was being very harsh on myself. So that's one of those things.
Well, if it's a project, and I do fall into this trap as well, when you are so in love with it and you just want to do such a good job, you are way more critical on yourself. And it's hard to take a step back and look at it from a different perspective and allow yourself,
Yeah,
room to wiggle.
I needed to step back.
Yeah.
I was it was all consuming. It was all of my days, a good amount of my night,
Yeah.
doing just those cards to get them done.
Wow.
I don't think I've publicly said, but I had basically 9 or 10 months to do all 78 cards.
Oh, damn. Like, And
So
it's not just
it was,
a single panel, right? It actually involves the graphic design element part of that as well, because you did lay them out so
yeah,
beautifully. So there's that factor to take you to. Wow, that's that's pretty
yeah.
intense.
So not just the characters, yes, as you said, I was trying to get in the symbolism and the
Mm.
details for the cards and lean into the Art Nouveau that they really were looking for.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that was very intense. Would not recommend.
But you know what?
I have
We're all going to do it anyway, aren't we? Like,
oh, we have no choice. It's like that's an awesome job. I took it.
yeah,
They absolutely did their best to give me the most
time.
time possible. They're wonderful to work with. It just me alone trying to get them
Hmm.
done. It was always gonna be a huge
Yeah,
crunch. Super proud of them. Super proud of
as you
them.
should be.
Um, and don't regret the not a lot of sleep because now they're out there and they're cool.
Yeah, that's
And yeah, that's pretty good, pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah. No, you should definitely be very, very proud of yourself, because I can't even. Late nights for me are basically torture. So it's going to be interesting once I start doing like bigger jobs and stuff where that's sort of like a non-negotiable. I'm a little bit worried about it. Like I'm stuck in this place where if I get this, like I've just done some concept work for this potential publisher, and it's a big potential job that they've asked about, and I'm genuinely worried about getting it done, because I'm still in this weird place of being an artist, but not having all the time in the world to be able to do it, because I'm so physically and mentally broken. In those moments, what do you tell yourself? Like, in terms of like, you just got to get it done. Like, you don't have a choice. It's sort of, I don't know. I need like a motto to tell me to just power on.
The mantra that I have and I use for when things are super busy, no, um, the work will outlive me.
Mm,
I will forget that I was tired. That those couple of late nights are like they'll be in the past. They won't matter.
yeah,
But I will have like this art, this project that I can be proud of for a really long time.
yeah.
So that's worth that tiredness.
So it's
And
basically
that's
having
how
a
I
newborn again. Uh-huh.
yes. It's worth the tiredness. You put in the time and the care and it's gonna outlast
Yeah,
you. Well, hopefully.
yeah,
Like yeah, you hope your art will last. I think artists genuinely do.
yeah. Well, once it's created, that's it, right? And I mean, it's going to resonate with someone. Um, yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Um, Definitely something I'll take into
It's
consideration for sure.
it's I'm not I really do not wish to advocate burnout. It is awful.
Mm,
Um but it like I think you were just saying, it's kind of inevitable
yeah,
that we're gonna get these projects that oh not enough time.
yeah.
And what we're gonna do them.
So, like, when they gave you a deadline, was that because it was in line with a particular event or something, or they just that sort of like was what was in their pipeline? Do you understand? Like, did they give you any kind of insight
Yeah.
as to why?
So they needed it ready to publish to coincide with um like the Halloween season,
Hmm.
so a September release
Hmm.
and to be announced at New York Comic
Yeah.
Con.
Okay.
So that was their schedule and I had to fit within like what printing um like the printer's schedule really.
Yeah.
So I had to get my work in so that the printers could get it
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
for them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but they gave me as much time as they possibly could, like right up to the day that they sent the files to the printer.
Okay.
I really do appreciate
That's
that they were
positive. Yeah.
very kind about it.
Yeah. Now that you've got like all this work under your belt, I know you said that you are working on bits and pieces, as we all do. We'll keep, getting jobs and whatever. Is there anything
Yeah.
personal, like project wise, that you want to like go for or think about, or like, do you want to self publish anything? I feel like that's
Oh, yeah,
quite prominent at the moment.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely would love to publish my own comic,
Hmm.
like a written by me and illustrated by me.
Yeah.
Haven't done that much interior work, but I'm really keen to give that like some time this
Hmm.
year. That's something I want to be doing. And yeah, I think as much as I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm like, I think that'll actually be good that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna maybe do something like interesting because I don't know the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I hope anyway.
Well, it's a good approach because then you don't feel pressure to, I don't know, do anything in particular, and you give yourself a little bit of,
Yeah.
balance of, leniency almost. So yeah, I get that.
And I think knowing too many rules is a little stifling for
Oh
creativity,
yeah, definitely.
like what you ought to do. And I don't mean storytelling wise. There's some pretty important rules about making good stories that I am very interested in, and I've made an effort to educate myself on storytelling and writing. But like the visuals, like this, the comic medium is so amazing because you can do so much with it.
Hmm.
So I think I want to try this maybe little experiments of my own of what I can do with it.
Sure. Definitely would open up a lot more learning and, avenues in terms of adapting your work. Would you find it, or do you find it difficult at all to do sequentials? Like, not to say that you are. It's a roundabout question of asking, like because it's a different type of work
Oh,
compared
it's
to,
absolutely
yeah,
a different mentality to a single
yeah,
illustration.
yeah. That's very good.
I can't get bogged down in detail,
Yeah.
which is always tempting. Um, I think my training in graphic design is probably going to be a big help
Mm-hmm.
because
Composition.
composition, layout, like page layout, you just need that to work.
Yeah.
And it isn't. It is about the individual elements, but the whole page needs to look right.
Yeah.
Um, so like I think about that kind of thing. It Yeah, and from the little that I've done, I know I need to be a little less zoomed in,
Mm.
the details, um, work more graphically. So I've made an effort with some of like my more recent um drawings and not maybe my commissions, but a little bit to try to work more graphically, more bold shapes, kind of like this lady here today.
Yeah.
Um, get get the shape without too much detail, so that like an animation, um, it's quickly understood, it's quickly drawn. You've got to draw it a bunch of times.
Mm.
Don't make it hard for yourself.
That's the issue that I ran into recently when I was doing these character concepts. I couldn't help myself in terms of I had to draw them how I saw them in my head, but then halfway through I'm drawing them, I'm like, this is going to be ridiculous to draw over and over again. So, I'm stabbing myself in the foot. And then
Oh, goodness.
I like just kind of sat there. I'm like, look, I'm just going to do it, but make a simplified version when and if it does come to that point. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to let go of that because you do have to continuously draw the same thing, and it's just gonna stab you in the foot.
Yeah. Any advice you had about diving in to the creator-owned comic
Well,
that would be helpful?
look,
What would you say, like, going back?
um, there's no right or wrong time, I guess, to actually start it. Like if you've got the idea, it's just not putting a time frame on it. I think people just want to smash these out and act like they're part of like the big publishing group, but that's when your work's gonna suffer. So I'm happy to let my work slide for a little bit if I've got other projects coming in from paid work until I'm in the capacity to actually just focus on that solely. And I think I would agree with what you said about thinking it as almost like a graphic poster, right? Each page and how it can flow and how you can use the page to actually tell your story better. And you have a lot more freedom because you've got no one telling you like what to do, what to say. And that can also be a burden, I guess, because then you don't have someone to rely on or lean back on. And if you need that sort of guidance or whatever, it's like a hard but beautiful thing being able to give yourself that freedom. But also if you struggle with not having any guidelines, but yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
learning as I
that
go.
makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of my plan. Um, I because of other work, it's invariably going to have to be taken
Yeah.
slowly to get this thing done. I think advice I get I'm trying to free myself from having to think of everything as like shareable, marketable.
Mm.
That's like a big issue. Like everything needs to be made for a purpose, for like
That purpose could just be
to
you.
sell.
Like,
Yeah. So I that's a big thing
mm,
to overcome. I think a lot of artists have that as a thing in this day and age where you were and I were talking about before we started recording about the pressure to constantly be sharing something new
that's it. Yeah.
and we need to like constantly have this production, like a production line of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep um that like experimental feeling and not pressure myself to get like the little comic I want to do as like an experiment
Yeah.
and let it be that
I think
and not
that's
worry.
what my approach was for Dallison is just each time I do upload a page, there's always the possibility that I'm going to change it or that some of the text will change or the writing even, or I might chop and change some panels. But I feel like people are really appreciating that because they feel like they're part of the process. And that in itself is like a type of marketing, I think. And,
Yeah,
that
that's
I've had
interesting.
some
Yeah,
good
that's
feedback with
cool.
that because people do enjoy seeing that it does change. And like, I'm open about it. And I just say, look, I've never done this before. So come along on the ride with me because I got no idea, you know?
Yeah. And that perhaps helps, like you were saying, like you get some feedback that you don't get
Mm,
with yourself,
hmm.
um, self publishing or um, self driven work. You get that little bit of feedback is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when it comes to like, you say, if you're going to, I don't know, self-publish on like a crowdfunding or whatever, you've already done this whole bunch of promotion whilst you're creating it. And because people are so invested in it now because they've been watching it sort of come to fruition, then it's got to hopefully, fingers crossed, create like this natural movement of people just going straight and backing it, right? And then getting it printed,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Stay tuned. I'll let you know how it goes if I ever get to do it.
It sounds like a brilliant idea to me.
Whether people underestimate the power of emotion and tangibility, not just like a physical copy, but also having that sort of connection to it. I guess that's sort of the idea, you know? Harness that.
Yeah.
People are people, they're humans, they're going to feel things, they're going to want things. Yeah. Harness it.
Yeah. And getting that emotional investment.
Yeah, that's it.
Is amazing.
Yeah.
To have people cheering you on, which has to help.
And you got to put like a really good cliffhanger on at one point, and then make everybody like, that's where you sort of cut it off. But like, I'm just going to keep it secret for the rest of it, and maybe throw a few teasers in here and there. But it's going to make people just want more.
Yeah, we have to do so much as our own marketing teams, our own everything, like the jobs we have to do
And I find it
are
so boring.
so many and varied.
Yeah. I'm so like, I want to just focus on doing the art, and that is kind of my focus has shifted into that for social media, and I'll post when I can post. I do feel not bad, but I know people want to see work, and it's either I can't because I'm under contract. You know, I don't know whether I've said this on another episode, but I don't want to just post some cruddy drawing, if that makes sense, just so I'm filling up the feed. You know, I just I'd rather wait.
And that's that. Like what I was just saying. Like we have this constant pressure to keep
Feeding the beast, always.
Yeah, and making product, making content. It has to be usable. It has to be
trendy as well. It can't just be like any old random thing. You got to look up what do the analytics say? Like, what's popular? What's trending? What can I draw that's got to be like involved in that? And that's just like, oh, how clinical is that? And it takes away a lot of the joy of that is of drawing anyway. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not fast enough because I probably spend far too much time designing things. To follow any trends. I spend a bunch of time doing layouts and like composition that I'm not able to like, oh, something's hot right now, I'll just do a thing to jump on that. And yeah, that's not happening.
Let me just quickly pause my life and,
that
get to it.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. So I'm completely devoid of that pressure, which is nice.
But it's going to get to this point where I'm just going to have too much to post because everything will come out all at once, and then you guys.
I think that's a nice problem.
I know, you won't shut up.
Nice problem.
Oh,
no, that's good. Because some, the people that are excited to see your work will be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm being spoiled with so much lovely art to look at.
That's it.
It's never a bad thing. Like, I have an unending desire to look at art and design and beautiful things. I think a lot of other people do as well.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, where are we at? 45 minutes. We got 15 minutes or whatever. You usually try and keep it to like an hour, but whatever you vibe in, I'm not fussed because I'm just be working after this anyway. So I think, I'm not sure if I've actually got this buddy right, but, time constraints. I'll just roll with it. It's been a minute since I've drawn a lovely lady.
Yeah. Oh, I have to turn around to see what you've been doing. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's getting there. I'm just not confident with hair these days. I don't know why. I got to just simplify it more. I try and think too much. And when I used to teach kids a couple of years ago, and I used to be like, don't overdo the hair all the time. I'm not even following my own advice these days. Get a little bit stuck in my head sometimes. And you're just like, it's not an art block, but you just like getting frustrated with yourself. And you're not too sure how to just break through it and just be like, oh my God, you know how to draw. Stop overthinking it.
Oh, I do it all the
Yeah.
time. Like, I know how to draw a person, but I have redrawn this pair of legs, like,
how many times?
no, a dozen times, just be like, this foot forward, that foot forward, slightly bent knee. That's just like, just stop. You're doing too much.
That's it.
Your first instinct was probably correct. But you gotta, I don't know, it's gotta walk down that road and see if it was the right one, and then go, no, go back.
It definitely wasn't.
Yep, not that one.
I always
But and I'm not doing it like you were saying. You're like, you know how to do this. Stop redrawing that hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do it. You still do it.
It's a form of self-torture sometimes. Yeah, I've been stuck in it for a while, and I'm just like, yesterday I was just sort of like ready to just bang my head on the wall because I was just kept looking up references. I'm like, why are you just wasting your time looking up references? You do know how to draw what it is that you need to draw. But for some reason my brain's like, no, it's like it's a particular angle, and I need to like, I didn't make sure the foreshortening's right, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's for one panel in a comic that people are just going to skim over, as long as I've got like the movement, then why am I trying to make it perfect? And it's just hard to make my brain shut up.
It's a trap we fall into of trying to make everything perfect.
Yes.
And that's like no amount of reminding myself, like you were saying with the comic, the length that someone's going to look at something and they're not looking to pick it apart, which is a beautiful thing. Not like we do. They're not going to know. They're appreciating it as a whole, and we get stuck on the little bits.
That's it. And look, there's nothing wrong with that, because that does come with the territory of caring quite a lot about your work, and nothing wrong with that. But it's being able to give yourself a little bit of grace sometimes, in terms of like, I don't know if I've said this on the podcast or not, I'm not sure, but when I shared a studio with John Somariva, he said this one thing to me, and I was like a little tater tot back then, and didn't quite understand it at the time, but it's something that I continuously go back to in terms of either telling people when they're sort of stuck in that mind frame, you've leveled up in your brain in terms of what you can comprehend, but your hand still needs to catch up, if that makes sense, like your skill level. And I think people can get quite frustrated when they're stuck there, because it just feels infuriating that it's just not coming out organically. So I feel like that's maybe where I'm at.
Oh, that just means you're like on the cusp. I know, right?
But it's just like, come on, I just want it to have a.
It is a frustration. Yeah. The constantly having, I'm gonna say, good taste.
Yeah.
You as an artist, you have good taste. You're like, I know what I like. I know it looks good, and then your hand not being quite up to the task.
Yeah. It's just like, sorry, not today.
Yeah. Yeah. But then there's I come from, I was trained in design and illustration. Mm-hmm. So they drilled into us the stepping away and looking at things with fresh eyes was a big thing. So I try to do that as much as possible, particularly if things are getting frustrating.
Mm.
Like, just walk away. Just and it feels sort of counterproductive. You're like, well, I need to finish this thing. Walking away isn't going to get it finished,
Yeah.
but it does.
Yeah.
It means you can't finish it and not torture yourself banging your head against a wall.
And usually you
Um,
just come back and you're like, that's so obvious. It's ridiculously obvious, but you're
yeah,
like, you do need it, like your brain's just looking at it completely different. And sometimes it's just that mental shift that's going to allow your brain or your eyes to open up a little bit more.
there was a thing about you're too close to it,
Mm.
which doesn't mean like physically too close to it. You're just focused in too hard.
Yeah.
Like, you need to look at it again. I think is really, really good advice.
Yeah. Always. And also, stretch your back, go for a walk.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Exercise,
and yeah, rest your shoulders, your wrists. Yeah, very, very good to step back and look at it again. And things aren't as bad as they seem.
That's it. I've definitely pushed myself
Because
too hard.
sometimes it's fine. You're like, what the hell was wrong with me? That was fine.
And then you get frustrated because you're like, why did I just see it? Well, anyway, never ending cycle.
Yeah, because we want to be better.
That's it.
We want to do good work.
I've was going to say I've definitely been pushing myself too hard because I've started getting whether it's RSI or startup carpal tunnel going on, which
Oh
it comes
no.
and goes. It's just what my body's like. But yeah, you just got to make sure that doesn't really play into a part of it too, because once that sort of sets in, it's very hard for it to settle back down, especially when you've got deadlines, right?
Yeah, it's very serious. Like, if there are people watching this looking for advice,
Look after your hands and arms.
be yeah, be kind to your body. Listen when it tells you that, this hurts. It's telling you you need to stop, you need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that unlike the art will last forever, that damage will also last for a good long time, if not forever.
That's it. Go to your physio, get some needling, get a massage,
Yeah.
because like my physio, she has a whole pile of rocks that she needs to release each time I go to see her. Poor thing.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
I joke about it, but I think it is actually really helpful to me. Um, I have kind of a short attention span,
Mm-hmm.
so I get up quite a lot just naturally.
Yeah.
Like, I'll focus really hard. It's probably ADHD. I'll focus really hard for a bit, and then I need to get up and do something
Yeah. Yeah.
else, have a break, um, you know, get a glass of water, just, be in a different room, maybe only for like 15 minutes, and then I can come back. And I just do that as a cycle throughout my entire day. But I think it really helps me not hurt myself too seriously,
Mm.
because I kind of naturally want to get up and move and be somewhere
You dream
else,
what
or
you want.
not look at my art for a second and go somewhere else. So that's a very good habit I think I have for whatever reason. I'm grateful I have that. But in general, horrible deadlines aside, I pretty much know that I'll get up and I'll move around and like stretch out my wrists and not just be hunched here for hours on end.
But yeah, I was gonna. That's a good point. The stretches and stuff. I found a good few like podcasts, not podcasts, websites or blog posts about like um like specialized stretches from a physio for illustrators, and I'll see if I can find it and then post it on the below. But it's just super handy, and the stretches are so simple.
Yeah.
Explaining how like different strength training can actually help improve not only your posture but also your I don't know how long you can work if that makes sense. So I do miss doing my strength training. If I had it.
Yeah. That sounds really good.
Mm.
Really interesting.
So obviously, like I said, you're busy with a few bits and pieces. Is there anything that you can share it or sort of like when you might potentially work on like your indie title if you ever get the time? I know we keep saying that.
That is, yeah, like if a job comes in, that
Yeah,
gets put on the back
that's
burner.
it.
Um, I really would love to have. It's a short, like I'm starting something like all the advice says, start with a short comic first. So I'm doing my best to do
Yeah.
that. It's still like I don't actually know how many pages it is because I've never done one, but I have written it out
Mm.
and the script is short, but I suspect it's going to be more pages illustrated than it is
All
written.
right, so it's more like a
I think.
visual
Yeah.
feast for the eyes.
Um, um, so that I suspect that it will be short, but not like terribly
Yeah.
short. So that is definitely something I'd like to be working on this year and be able to share.
Yeah.
Um, I'm. It has not been announced, but I think it's okay to
I
say.
can always bleep it out.
Without
So
really, yeah. I've done some cards for Upper Deck,
ooh,
the trading cards, and might be doing some more with them, which is very cool. Hopefully they will be out later this year. I don't have details as to when, but like working on things that I've been a fan of since I've been a kid
mm,
is it's truly amazing, but in a very practical, like professional
yeah.
sense, having good people to work with makes just the world of difference.
As I always say, it's like
Like good
it
clients.
doesn't. It's not hard to just be kind and patient, right?
Yeah, and just communication,
Yeah.
good communication. I really, really appreciate clients that are very upfront and explain like everything what they need. Um, good at answering questions.
Yeah.
And like when I say good at answering questions, I mean like they they'll spend the time to actually explain or go into some detail.
And not just say read the PDF. And you're like, "Oh, okay, that's not why I'm here."
Yeah. Like really that's not clarifying. Um so I really, really appreciate that
Yeah,
when that happens. It's wonderful. Yeah, speaking to other artists, like one of the lovely things, like speaking to yourself and other art friends in the industry, getting to know like so and so, maybe not the best.
yeah,
Things like that. Like we can help each other out there. And that's like that community that I'm really grateful for.
definitely.
That we look after each other like that.
Yeah. I always say
So not
I'm
just like
not
the good
afraid to call
things.
out like poor behavior. I don't make like a
Yeah.
scene out of it, but I mean, if you're going to act like that, I'm just straight up going to be like telling I don't know whoever matters or I talk to in the industry, like I don't know. I'm just God, I'm such a person that just isn't. I don't tolerate a lot of poor behavior. Like my favorite thing, I always say,
That's great.
I'm never mad at someone for why they act a certain way. I'm mad at them for the choices that they make because regardless whether they act a certain way, whatever, that's sort of ingrained in their head, but everyone still has a choice. So it's the choice that I'm always either not impressed with or don't appreciate. And that's kind of where I get angry at people because you always got a chance to be able to make a different choice, if that makes sense. I just,
Yeah. And good manners doesn't cost you anything.
That's it.
Just try to be decent about it.
Yeah. So you, was it 2 months to go? You'll be at Supernova in Melbourne, correct?
Yes, yeah, I will be a guest at Supernova Melbourne. I don't think it's gone up on the website yet, but they have asked me to come, and I'm very happy to come back. I hope to have some new prints and things, and I'll bring my tarot deck. I think as of I don't know what happened, but I'm fairly certain I have the only copies of it in Australia. It never was shipped to stores here.
Because that's, typical for us, unfortunately.
Yes, yeah, that does seem to happen. Australia was out on some cool stuff, being so far away from Europe and America.
Yeah. Don't blame them, to be honest.
So I missed. I a little like. I never got to see it on shelves. Like that's a little sad. But because I ordered my copies to have and sell at conventions, they are very exclusive because I don't even think you can get them online anymore to Australia.
Wow.
So kind of cool, kind of sad.
But an incentive to come buy one, please.
Yes. So if you want one, I've got them.
No.
And no one else does, I think.
Well, I'm hoping I might be able to come because there are some pretty cool,
yeah,
like big international guests coming, which would be more for the reason I would like to go. Not that I'm seeing everybody, but we don't get them over here very often.
Yes, it is special.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, I hopefully could see you.
That would be awesome if you could. We can all hang out. That'd be cool.
I think we only bumped into each other the first time. The last Melbourne one that I went.
Yeah. That was the first time we met in person. The first and only time we met in person.
I just hadn't been.
Yeah. Obvious reasons. Understandable reasons. Busy.
I actually had someone come up to me and they were like, "Oh, I thought you weren't drawing anymore." I'm like, "No, I just got busy."
Oh, yeah. But that's that constant fueling the algorithm thing.
That's it.
If you're gone for a little bit, they assume you're vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Oh well, constant struggle, isn't it? Okay, I think I've got enough. I had my artwork sitting a bit too high before, so hopefully everyone got a little bit of a view before we started. Oh well, I'll edit it as best as I can. So we've hit 1 hour, and I'm actually keen to ink her. She's quite cute. Let me have a look. Wow. And what pens are you using, like microns or?
These are the Copic Multiliner. Can you see that? No, I do not know how to do this. Like Instagram influencer thing. Nope, can't do it. I give up.
No, I think everyone here probably knows what the Copics are.
Yeah, they're the Copic Multiliners because I can get them fairly easily. And doing commissions, I don't burn through them, but I do wear them out.
Yeah.
At a pretty steady pace.
Yeah.
So I need some that I can get easily. I liked the microns, I think was the other one, but they are stocked locally and sometimes like just shipping from overseas. It's like if one happens to not work, like the tip is something wrong with it, I need to be able to go and get one and not just wait for things to arrive. So these are easy. I'm pretty fond of them.
This one, they lived in my hand for a little while, but I've sort of like moved across to the Tombow. They're like a firm brush pen because I can't deal with the flimsy stuff because I'm so heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I use it like.
You can get those locally, or
yeah,
you order.
There's a little shop actually. It's like a little used to be like a $2 Japanese. It's called Daiso or Daiso.
Oh yeah, I love
they
that.
sell them for like $2 or $3. And a
Oh,
bunch of different
oh,
brush pens and stuff that's imported from Japan. If you ever get to go to Hokkaido in Japan, which is the big giant art store, it's like heaven.
yes.
Like,
I'd love to. Yes, that is a dream.
it was so
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, we just fill luggage full of
Right.
pens and stationery and everything. Yes,
I
absolutely.
felt sorry for the people that
Will
were like
do.
trying to just shop naturally, and I'm sitting there with a basket and I'm just like taking everything from the shelves, just like shoving it in. It's been fun to play with them.
Just armfuls of stuff. Like all of these are mine.
And so when I say to Lockie, "Oh, I got to take a trip to I got to go to the art supply store and restock," he's like, "You mean Japan, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we just booked the flights now, right? So,
Yep, off we go.
oh,
Easy. Just nip over and get
if
stuff.
it
That
was.
would be nice.
Well,
Oh,
your work's stunning.
yeah.
Like, I just love the amount of control and the delicateness of it. It's just, I've always thought your work is just so phenomenal. So it's really cool to hang out and watch you draw. And
Yeah.
so because I always rewatch it for
I
editing
hope
purposes.
yeah, I hope it's interesting to watch. I've like you very lovely to invite me to do this, and it was the motivation to kind of get my setup a bit proper.
Like, we're all
So I
sort
can
of like
record myself.
stumbling through this together. As you can probably tell, my setup's changed yet again because I'm shuffling things around and hopefully getting like a big backdrop behind it, or whatever. But no,
Oh, it looks good.
yeah, but you'll be right. It's all trial and error, I think.
Yeah.
And getting looking up products.
And getting like angles for people
Yeah.
watching, because it's not something I think I've thought about before.
Yeah.
Like if and I've done very little recording of myself drawing, so I hope my hand isn't like constantly like my hands are in the way, but hopefully it's interesting to watch.
It'll be like people love it, and I myself thoroughly love having people on that give their time to be able to do this, because I'm popping an episode up today with Levi Kleeman, and he mentioned that it makes people feel less alone, and people not only giving their time to me but also giving back to the community as well. So no, I appreciate you guys, and
That's yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the community is amazing, and like thank you for doing this. And we work in isolation, most of us, in our homes, or if you have a studio. But we're basically alone, just trying to work this out our own selves. So and then the rare occasion we get to go to a convention or something and actually meet up and hang out in person.
And then trying to
So
catch
things
up
like
with
this are really
everyone. You're just like, I got to see this person.
yeah,
This person crammed in.
and it's like a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've worked for however many solid days, and it's like that night you're exhausted, but you're like, I really gotta make the most of this because I won't see them again maybe for another year, maybe even more. So like this way of doing it is a wonderful addition to our lives, that we get to like chat together and have a community. It's really special.
Yeah. Oh, my phone's died. Good timing. Anyway,
It's signaling that we all need to
it's like,
to
I'm
pack it
out.
up and get on with our day.
Yish, please.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you.
We're all done.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And this should be
Thank
out in
you.
2 weeks' time. But yeah,
Yeah.
hit me up if you have any links or anything. Otherwise, I'll find all the info and
Yeah. I can send you my socials and stuff. And I'll finish this. I plan to add the yellow. I'm gonna try out some different inks and stuff.
Very
So
cool.
I'll put that up. I'll try to coincide it with when you put this up.
Easy.
So
No stress.
I'll share it at the same time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
All right.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. And thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you again on Sketch Biz. Bye.